to discuss the UK's capital markets reform further. I'm joined now by Dame Julia Hoggett, the CEO of the London Stock Exchange. Julia, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
In July 2024, the FCA published new listing rules to support a wider range of companies to issue their shares on the UK exchange. Why is this such an important step?
It is genuinely a once-in-a-generational change, and it's designed to make it easier for a broader range of companies to be eligible to list on our market, and then to give them much more flexibility once they do list to execute their strategy. Fundamentally, we want to create an enabling environment where every company can thrive on our market and deliver the growth that every founder I meet aspires to deliver.
Which companies will benefit most from the new rules and why?
These rules are actually available for all companies, but for high-growth companies in particular, and the ones who may not have the same track record as older companies, and who have a higher growth trajectory and that their future is ahead of them, as it were, in terms of what may come next, this will give them the ability to explain their story in a much more straightforward fashion. It will also enable dual-class shares to be eligible and therefore retain some flexibility for founders as well.
What is the impact on investors?
The benefit for investors is fundamentally they get a more diversified range of vibrant companies who are executing their strategies, and therefore they get exposure to a broader range of companies to invest in, and that develops broader returns for them and their own investors.
What is your key message for the UK's fintech sector?
Well, firstly, well done so far. I have to say the UK really is a global home for fintech, and the innovation that we have seen and the transformation of our financial services industry on the back of UK fintech is wonderful to see. And what we want to do is make sure that we have created that very environment where companies can start here, they can grow here, they can scale here, and they can stay here. And all of the listing reforms that we have now in the UK are deliberately to do that, to maximize the chance that those great fintechs can find all the financing they need to thrive in the UK market.
As the CEO of the LSEG, it must be a very exciting time for you with the CMID reforms. So what is your focus next?
There's so much still going on with UK regulatory transformation. The key focus now is unlocking enormous flows of capital. The UK has the second largest pool of institutional capital in the world, and unlocking so much more of that to go into our scaling companies and into our public markets is the key focus for the next year.